you're coming to my show and bullying me again. Some things don't change.
Told y'all.
New year, same you.
Of course. It's only progression. Of course it's the same me.
Okay, you ready?
But I told you I was coming to take over the first time.
Oh my god. You're gonna flip the script?
Yeah, this is my podcast.
Alright, anyways. Then go ahead, start it.
Alright, start. Let's go.
I thought you were the host.
It's on you.
That's crazy. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Effect podcast. Today, I have my friend Ty back here. Some of you guys know him as WhyKhaliq. Did I say last time? Some call him Daddy. Oh, memories. But yeah, he's back today, and we're going to talk about his upcoming project that I'm super proud of him for, and talk about Roadrunner! Yay!
Yeah. Clap it up for the amazing intro.
Thank you so much for being here for the first day of the year, your first interview of the year. And honestly, I was thinking about, this is about to be your biggest year yet. I think so. The momentum is swinging. Yeah. So what an honor to kick it off.
Yeah, we finna turn shit up. I appreciate that, because it's definitely... I think it's a prosperous year for all of us.
This may sound weird, but I do feel like something good is coming.
Yeah.
It has to. I feel like the bricks have been laid.
Yeah, you gotta manifest it.
What's new?
I dropped my project. When was the last time I was here? How long ago was that?
It was after your birthday.
Was that last year?
2023.
No.
Or
the year before 2022. Or was it actually in 2023?
It was 2023, after your birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, since then, I dropped a project called The Roadrunner, a 7-track EP. You can go get that on all streaming platforms.
It's really good, actually. I like it because there's some beats that I really like lo-fi. Yeah. And some beats, I was like, oh, these are just, really vibey, you know? Yeah. And then there's some you're like, I don't want to dance. I just felt shy for a second,
That's funny.
Yeah, where you want to dance to it.
No,
you did a good job with it.
No, I appreciate it. But yeah, it was fun making it. I think just being active again, releasing the music, having fun, enjoying it, making content, all of that stuff. I think it was refreshing just to really ingratiate myself back in that space again. Mm-hmm. So it's been fun.
Good. Well, before we get too far into Roadrunner, I have a little fun game to take you down memory road a little bit. Memory lane.
Either one. Road, lane, highway, county.
All the routes. So you've had 4. This is your 4th album? Or is it the 4th one that's on Spotify? Because I only saw 4.
Then it's probably the 4th one on Spotify. I think I got one on... There's one that I removed from Spotify that's still on my SoundCloud, I believe. I think that's my Clearwater EP.
Why'd you remove it? No.
I'm gonna put it back up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you remove it?
Just cause I had to for a second, and now I'm gonna put it back. Yeah, for real, trust me. It's on SoundCloud. You can go check it out. It's called Clearwater.
Okay. I want to know why you had to remove it, though. We don't have to... Okay, so the first one that is on Spotify is The Mustard Seed.
Okay.
And that was in 2017?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to name the album, and he's just going to name, a quick phrase or word to describe, the vibe of the album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What your inspiration or what you were going for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so The Mustard Seed.
Creative.
The Mustard Seed, what is that from?
Now that's a more lengthy question. It was a lot. At the time, I was having my first child. I was having my first seed. I kept hearing the word, the mustard seed, so I kind of started looking into it. And I'm not super religious in a specific religion, you know what I'm saying? I'm spiritual, but I read into the scripture on the mustard seed, and I was kind of fascinated with it, with just the idea that you could plant a seed that's so small that can grow one of the biggest trees. And I think that was just like a phrase or a theme for my time in my life, where feeling like I'm planting this fresh new seed that I have the potential to grow into the biggest tree. And then on top of that, I had an uncle who passed away. His name was Arthur. he passed away, and long story short, when he passed away, in his back pocket they found a mustard seed. So it was like, it was all kind of like just tying into itself. So, and
That's
then
crazy.
just with the short film, the videos we produced from that project, the song choices, the ideas I was trying to do, it was just super creative. I think there's a lot of words that can describe it. Hungry, you know what I'm saying, all of that, but overall it was like one of the most creative projects I put together.
So at that point in life though, why were you going for a creative project? You know, because some would have just did like, I want to make some club hits. You know, you were at a specific point in your life that pointed you in that direction. That's crazy.
I think
all the coincidences too.
I think that I've always been super creative, super conceptual, and super like really want to make things cinematic and like a story and a storyteller. But I think that my drive and hunger was heightened at the time from having my first child, like not knowing what to expect. So like my drive was like, yo, like my life's about to change. Like I don't know what this is gonna look like. So I think all of that really fueled into the creativity that made it just be like, yo, how do I really tell this story? So it went to doing a short film and going out to Nebraska and doing 2 sequential videos, and then like really just trying to express and explain all of those thoughts and emotions that I was going through. Because for me, it was so fresh. I was 21.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I was.
I can't believe you were 21 and made that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it was, and like looking back, like some of that project, people will still kind of go back to and kind of like understand it, just because it was heavy, dense, and just being a father, fatherhood, stuff like that, life changing. But I just think overall, for some of those concepts at 21 and doing some of those things was ahead of my time.
No, it really was. Like, I still show people some of those videos, like the one you were buried in.
Yeah.
That one's so cool. I can't believe you guys made that on your own. Okay, so your next one was Coming of Age.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that it was like your second album.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and that was in 2019. So where were you at in life there? And then what was the phrase or word you'd give? We'll give that first and then explain.
Coming of age was like, what's the word I want to look for? Like clarity, refreshing.
Okay.
Because I was having my second child. So now it was more so like, okay, I'm doing this again, but I have more insight.
Yep. Wow, okay.
And then like, but I went through so much of learning who I was that it was like spiritual clarity of like, oh, this is who you want to be. So like, how do you get there? So it was a lot of like self-reflecting within that album. That's why it's like, you know, centered around like reflection and like looking within. So I think it was a lot of like clarity.
That's good. And that, you were like 23?
Let me see. 2019. So I was probably like 23, 24, something like that.
Wow. How did you have like the time to have 2 kids, the job, and then still find energy to put towards that? I really struggle with that when life gets hard. I have no energy.
At those 2 times, I wasn't really working like that. So like when I was creating the mustard seed, I was living in the studio and like futon, you know what I'm saying, going to the gym to take a shower, shit like that. Like I was really just like, I had clothes at my aunt's house, at my mom's house. I would just go pull up, get clothes, maybe shower and shit. So I really didn't have a job. I was kind of just really hustling off of running the studio and then really just whatever other type of money I came across. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then coming of age, I had a part-time. I was in a little better situation, so that's where more clarity was in a relationship, and it was more stability. So that's what made me feel clarity in like the second time having a child, like going through that. But yeah, like overall, I think I didn't have the burden of like a full-time job, or like where I was balancing both. I was kind of still like, man, I'm gonna call off today. I don't feel like going in. Like, didn't have the work ethic to like work the job. Like, I'm really just trying to get the money. You know what I'm saying? But I think reality also plays a part in it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, where it goes to the clarity aspect, where it's like, okay, you got 2 children. Now I could be the dude. Am I gonna sacrifice like the time I'm spending with them to like focus on my craft, or I'm gonna be able to sacrifice to understand like there's also some responsibilities that come with that, you know what I'm saying? And how do you step up to those responsibilities? So for me, it was more so I got to step up to the plate, and that required like, hey, how do you become more stable to be able to take care of your children and do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not be so selfish in your own right of like what you want to do. So it was like I said, it was a lot of like self-reflecting, but at the same time, like it's always a balance. Like I still balance it out to this day, but it was a lot of working on the clock. You know what I'm saying? When I was back then, and you know what I mean, just trying to really figure it out. But now, like I think I have a little more like freedom with it, in the sense of being able to understand the balance of like, hey, my responsibilities, but at the same time, how do I still achieve my goals, and how do I still push forward in the things that I love doing and things like that. So
balance, that's what I'm working on. Because I used to live in like 2 extremes. Like I'm gonna go do all this, I'm gonna have a new diet plan, all these things, like, and then I burn myself out, and then I just stop doing everything. And so I'm trying to find that middle. Okay, in my next album, I really liked your next one. This next one, North Baby. That one is like, that one's really fun. Yeah. I like that one. So what word would you use to describe it?
Fun.
You can't steal my word.
I mean,
come on with, you are good with words. You find another one.
Reigniting. How about that?
Reigniting.
Yeah.
Okay, because this was done in
2020, 2021, one of them.
Yep. So why do you choose that word?
Because I went through a lot of shit. I went through a lot of shit, a lot of personal shit. Mm-hmm. And I think just to make that project, it was like crawling out of the depths of like quicksand. Mm-hmm. Like because I think at that point it was like I lost a lot of like motivation. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot of personal shit, and I think losing that, or not even losing that, but going through that, like made me just take a step back in a sense of like creating music. Mm-hmm. And I really just had to face the shit that I was going through, or the stuff I was going through, but and really like tackle it and just try to figure out like life. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
And yeah, so I had to do that, and like it really, I lost the drive to like want to post it, create it, wanted to do it, like showing that aspect again, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of closed off from the world, and I was dealing with what I was dealing with. And when I got back in the studio and I was working with Smokey, we kind of was just like, it was inspiring again to just, let's just have fun. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just have fun. Like, let's not think about it. Don't over stress. Don't over analyze it. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun and create and put something out for the people. So that was really just the whole goal, was like reigniting that fire, and like, yo, how do we get back to like having fun? You know what I'm saying? And doing it again, you know what I mean? And so that's really how North Baby came. Was like, it was like like right after the storm, you know what I mean?
The Renaissance.
Yeah, like.
I can relate to that so much. Were you like 28?
What was that?
21.
So I was like 27.
27, 28. Yeah, I feel like that's what, I'm in my North Baby era right now. Like, I feel like this last year was so hard, and I want, like, this is so important to me that I wanted to stay committed, but this year was so hard. And I felt like guilt, but like now I feel like I'm at the end of it. Like when you were creating North Baby, I feel like I see the vision now for the first time ever. Like I was just telling my mom, when people would ask me, where do you want this to go? I never had an answer, like, because I didn't know. But I have the vision now. And it's like, I feel like I got through one of the most challenging times of my life, and like, and then now it's like, I see it.
And North Baby musically kind of helped me just relax in the sense of like, you know, reflecting on like my past projects. Those was heavily dense and like introspective ideas with my children, stuff I was going through with my mom, things like that, you know what I'm saying? Real like life situation that was like centered to me. And I think North Baby allowed me to be a little more open, because I wanted to express like sonically what Minnesota felt like.
Sonically?
Yeah.
What's that? Like audio?
Like through audio.
That's cool. I've never heard someone say it like that.
So for me, that was my way of like, okay, like relaxing with the music. Like, don't take it so serious. You know what I mean? And like, in a sense of, I take the art form serious, but in a sense of like, allow yourself to like feel it, and don't force the. I like to think about like the first thought sometimes, like, you know what I mean, when I create, like lately, even when I was working on Roadrunner, it was like whatever's the first thing that come to my mind, because a lot of times your soul already knows and it's spitting it out for a reason. But then that's when we start thinking about it, we start like, not this word. And it's like, I learned to just let go of that, like trying to precisely and like being like, okay, how do I tie back from some of those concepts that's so dense and make it where everybody can digest it? So that was North Baby.
That's so crazy, because like it's the same thing I'm experiencing through a different pathway. Like I deal with that same, like I feel like some of my episodes became too like interview style, and my whole thing is I want it to feel like it's a heart to heart with your best friend, and I've been talking to people about how I'm trying to like get it back to that. I want it to just feel like we're sitting on the couch talking, and I just get so nervous because I can feel it's growing and I can see the numbers, and so like I can feel it's pulling away from like what I want it to do, and I want to get back to the fun, or like get back to my roots with it. So I feel like you're speaking to me, and like it's the advice that I need to hear right now.
No, for sure. Like whatever the vision is, whatever you got that you see it, like stick to it. But like you said, have fun with it.
Okay, give me some advice then. One bit of advice that you would give me to like help me along that, because I feel like you overcame that. In
the sense of like
that hurdle of like getting back to the like the fun of it, and like why you started music.
Like what I think understanding what made you want to do it. Like what made you want to talk? What made you want to have these conversations with people? And reaching and finding inspiration from that aspect. I think we get tied into like, one, because social media is so heavy now, and you got so many other podcasts out there, and like, you know, other things, you may start seeing things, you know, I need to do this better, or I need to do that better, or excuse me, or even just like having the accessibility to see other things that's out there. I think just understanding like, hey, getting back to like why you wanted to do it. And like for me, that was the same thing. It was like, yo, this is how I express myself. And it's like, yo, I gotta stop trying to limit how I express myself, because I'm overthinking it. I'm thinking like, oh, I need to only make music in this way,
right? Like
in this format. Otherwise, people are gonna think this about me. And it's like, no, like, don't limit yourself in how you create. You know what I mean? And what matters most to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I do think knowing what your audience is, knowing like who you're speaking to is important in all times and all aspects, especially in just like trying to reach a bigger audience, but just like having fun and that aspect of like carefree. Like I was talking to Tezzy, and I was like, dog, I was like, man, I remember when we didn't have a studio, that like when I went to the studio, every song that I made was the best song I made, because it was the only song I was gonna make for the next 3 weeks until I went to the studio. So I put that song out, and I didn't care. I wasn't thinking about like the business aspect. I said, but now I got a studio. I could record 10 songs today. And tomorrow record 5 more songs. And now I got 15 options to choose and think about which one's first, which one's gonna sound best, which one people gonna like more, which one's gonna do better on social media, which one's gonna do this, and then it starts to become stressful because you're thinking about it like a job. Yeah. Whereas in the first, which don't get me wrong, we are entrepreneurs. It is a job. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that like creating it, like taking off that hat of like it being a job and just creating from pure fun and being like, oh, I love this. Like, let's put it out right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it used to be. Like, look, make a song. No, we put it out right now. We're not caring about none of that. Now it's make sure it's mixed. Make sure blah, blah, blah. Make sure this and this and that. Like, let's do a rollout. Like, and some of that, you can overthink it. And it take away the fun from it. Take away the like, joy in it.
The creativeness of it, too.
So I had to retrain myself of like, because one, I've done it at a high level, and it's like, okay, I take a break, and it's like coming back, okay, don't focus on like trying to be what you've already done. Like, just have fun.
Yeah, stay in the moment.
You know what I'm saying? Have fun in the moment. Put the music out, let people enjoy it. And even like I tell myself now, like that's why I'm excited for it this year, because of the fact that like I'm excited to just let it go.
We got some questions coming.
Just let it all go, you know what I mean? Like a lot of songs, all of that stuff I work on, just like have fun, just let it go. Like stop holding on to it.
Okay, the last album, before we get into it, Roadrunner. So what would you describe this album as?
The journey.
This is like your graduation album. This is like senior year album. Yeah. Well, if you don't count the first one. Right?
Well, I mean, like, EPs are different than albums a little bit because they're shorter.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, like, yeah, this is more so. I think for me, it's a reflection of my journey.
That is so cool. Yeah.
You know, like, and it's just a start of like the stuff I'm going to continue to do and the stuff I'm going to continue to build. But Roadrunner is a reflection of all of that stuff I've been through. You feel what I'm saying? So like when I was making Roadrunner, it was more so like, how do we get back to the fun and explaining like, dog, like all of this shit is a journey.
The journey piece.
And you think about it as being linear and just straight, when it's like, no, there's ups and downs to it. And like embracing like, oh damn. So Roadrunner to me is like not only my journey, it's the idea of being like scatterbrain all over the place. I've been here and there and this emotion. And it's like looking back at like, yo, when this shit was fun, when I first started, to when I had my first child, like how inspired I was to being a father for the second time, you know what I'm saying? To like losing it all, losing my confidence, all of that, you feel what I'm saying? Like, to being like, yo, man, fuck this shit, to doing it again, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was more so of like you said, celebrating of like, yo, like, man, this shit's a journey, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm hitting the finish line, but it's like you hitting the first lap of being like, and you like looking back like, oh, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
so cool how you just put that.
So like that's how I envision Roadrunner. So like Roadrunner is like different songs that kind of just express the idea of how life has changed. Wow. And to be in the position that I am today and still God willing, making the music and creating and stuff like that. So.
Well, first I just need to pause and give myself credit because I dressed on brand today. This was my
I didn't even notice that.
Fashion choice.
That's funny.
So I could be supportive of Roadrunner. So yeah, buy my merch. Just
yeah, that's what's up. No, that's hard though. That's what's up.
Like Shein or something.
No, but I didn't notice that. But I don't got no Roadrunner merch on. We will have Roadrunner merch at the show, but I do got on the homies brand iNerd Clothing, and since we doing shout outs, make sure y'all go grab some merch from iNerd Clothing. You dig?
You did. You say that a lot in your album or in your new album.
Yeah.
You did.
Marketing. See, yeah, got you saying it.
Put that on some merch.
See, you did.
Yeah, on a hoodie. Like got milk, but you did.
I
like it. I like it. 10%, please.
That's funny.
You heard it here first. So with Roadrunner, did you have the concept of what you just explained before, like right away, that you wanted to do an album encompassing all your life journeys and lessons, or did you have a song that sparked that idea? How does that process work for you?
Kind of both. I was working on a bunch of songs because I was creating content on my Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I was making a bunch of verses, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I realized I was just making a bunch of verses and hooks and stuff like that. And I was making content. Mm-hmm. But I was like, yo, I actually kind of got a bunch of songs. I kind of started knowing that I wanted to work on a project. And when I do, for some reason, I always just be the name gonna come to me. The same thing with the mustard seed. I kept hearing the name.
That's so crazy to me.
It would be we could be watching a movie, and in the movie they'd be like the mustard seed, and I'd be like, damn. I'll leave, and then on the radio it'd be like the mustard seed, or something else to say, and I'd be like, and it kept popping up to me. When I did Clearwater, even though you didn't see it on Spotify, when I did Clearwater, I never forget, I was in the studio and I was asleep in the middle of the day, and I knew I was working on a project, and I was like, a name gonna come to me, and when I was asleep, it was the name said Clearwater, and I woke up, and I know it sounds crazy, and I was like, I got the name that I want to call it. Mm-hmm. And then with Coming of Age, it was the same thing. I kept hearing it. I kept hearing Coming of Age, and I'm like, it's like a word that I just feel it was tying to me.
Yeah.
North Baby, that was more so I knew the intention of what I wanted to do, but North Baby happened because I knew I wanted to do something that was tied around Minnesota, mm-hmm. Just being from the North, mm-hmm. but I couldn't figure out the name, and we was working on a song, and it was a beat that I had before, and I didn't use it, and me and Nucky was in the studio, and he was like, play some beats, so we playing some beats, and he starts doing a hook, ooh. Ooh,
I love that song. When you're in the golf cart,
you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that's hard. So he ended up leaving. He had to dip, and I'm still working on the song. And in the song, I'm like, we could turn it to a movie like I'm Scorsese. I'm a North Baby, and I was like, that's the name.
That's crazy.
And I just happened to say it and I was like, that's the name. I'm calling it North Baby.
Oh my God.
And it was the last song I recorded and everything. I still hadn't a name. Roadrunner, like I said, I was thinking about the journey, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what made me actually come up with it, but I do remember flying to Arizona for the first time in April, I think. And when I first landed, the first store I seen was called Roadrunner. And I was like, okay. I got a picture of it on my phone. It was the first store I went. I never forget. Was going to get some Jamba Juice or something like that, like a smoothie or something. And the first store I seen in this little mall was called Roadrunner. I was like, okay. And I did a song, and it's not even on Roadrunner. That's the funny part. It's not even on Roadrunner. But I did a song and then a hook, and I was like, Roadrunner. And I was like, I'm gonna name the project that, and that's kind of how that came.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I always do research into shit, so I started looking into the Roadrunner.
Research for what?
I like to look at what things symbolizes, what things mean.
Yeah, you did say that before.
You know what I mean? So like I just looked into the significance of like Roadrunners, and it definitely spoke volumes in the sense of like where I was at and what I was trying to create.
And I like it. I like the cover too. Like the whole vibe of it, the aesthetic. You did a good job.
Appreciate you.
I'm proud of you. I'm excited to see your show and what you did with that. Is there gonna be like creative pieces at the show?
I hope.
No. Okay, well we'll just have to see. Either way, it's gonna be really good. So, when you make the album, do you put the songs in order? Like, yeah. Okay, I figured. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not a music podcast.
No, you're fine.
I'm just a fan.
I think that those are good questions that your everyday person don't understand. They don't know what. I don't think they know what goes into that type of stuff.
Yeah, because it's more than just recording 5 or 7 songs.
Yeah.
7 songs. Like there's so much that you.
It's important. It's a body of work. You got to understand it. Like, there's a start, there's a middle, there's an end. Like, and there's a way cohesively how you want people to hear it. And that's what makes good projects, is like sonically how it all sounds together. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and how certain songs come in after the other song, like how it makes you feel, the tempo, the mood, like that all plays a point. And depending on, not everybody will be like intricate with it, but understanding the science and behind it and being like, oh, this is more of an intro song. Do I want to build it? Do I want to start off slow? Do I want to start off with a hard intro? Like, how do I want to end it? What's the story I'm telling? How does the songs relate to the story I'm telling? But it all depends on like how deep people are about their projects. Did you have to make cuts? Yeah. Because they just didn't fit the vibe, or like why did they get cut? Well, one, I knew I wanted to do 7 songs. Why 7? I didn't want to do full length because I wanted to just do 7. I wanted to do enough to make people listen to. Okay. And want more. Okay. Is 7 like, I'm really not in the music world at all. So like, is a full album a certain number always? Not a certain number, but like anytime you get like over, I think like 11 or 12 tracks, that's when it gets like, technically I think anything over 7 or 8 is like full length, but most times it's like 11 or 12. But yeah, I just wanted it to be short and concise. But yeah, I probably had like 50 songs. How do you come up with 50 songs? Like, I'm so serious. I don't know how you guys do that. Probably more, to be honest with you, yeah. How do you do that? I couldn't sit down and write one song if I tried. No, you should try it. Okay, I'll try it. You want to hear it? see how long it takes you. When I was younger, me and my cousin did that one day. We had a song and we had to perform it for my aunt. Terrible. Mortified. I'm embarrassed thinking about it. They should have a video of it. I thought when I was younger, I wanted to be a pop star. Like, I wanted to be a pop star so bad. I wanted to be able to dance and sing and like do all that. You just transferred the energy to doing a podcast. Exactly, because I can't sing. So that wasn't going to work out for me. But yeah, here we are. We all have our strengths. Yeah. Do you have a favorite song on Roadrunner? It switches. What's your current favorite? Right now, I think the High Road. High Road? I like that one. That was good. I like all of them, honestly. Yeah. My favorite is Slow You Down. Is it? Mm-hmm. What you like about Slow You Down? I don't know. It's just like got such a good vibe to it. And I I just like the words too. And I like the lyrics, sorry. some real shit. Yeah. No, I like it. It's cute. And then Brody's. No. Brody's is fire. That one's a good. Is that when you said, what's the what's up? That's one? Brody's. That one's so catchy. I like that one. And then the one your daughter. It's like imprinted in my brain. Her singing it with you. Run. Yes, that is the cutest video ever. That was the cutest. Like that song. When I hear it, I think of her in the back with her little glasses. Yeah. That's cute. No, I like all of them. I think for different reasons. The High Road. I think the High Road just, to me, I just like the flow. I just like the words. Mm-hmm. And it's like a nostalgic calm. Mm-hmm. Makes me feel like, it reminds me of like the journey. When I think about the journey, like I feel like that song kind of is the song that's like encapsulating all of that. Mm-hmm. Slow You Down. I like that song because it's like, it's just like a flow, like you get what I'm saying. And I think like even the words and just the idea of like it's really just about like is somebody, you know, is somebody gonna slow you down or they gonna help you progress? Like,
yep.
And that's basically it's that question, and it kind of just goes through just different life situations you can have, and you know how my life has changed. So, what else? Brody's is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brody's, I love that because it was just fun making that. It was like I remember coming up with it randomly. I was working on other music. The beat came on, and I was like, yo, I just want to say this, and it came into a song. But I just love just the energy. It just makes me like. Yeah, it's funny when you talk about my daughter, because as soon as that come on, she be like.
Oh my gosh! Are they going to your show?
Nah, it's 21 plus. I wish they could.
Would have brought them?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What do you think, like, how did it feel this time around having kids that are, like, more aware, seeing you do this project? Like, I'm sure they see you working on your music and practicing and all of that. Like, do you think about how they're perceiving you right now?
It's funny, right? Because it is interesting. Because, so my 8-year-old, right? I was driving her one day before work. I was driving her home. And I asked her, like, yo, do you know what I do for work? And she was like, oh, you work at a cafe or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I started explaining to her, like, exactly what I do on the professional side. And I was like, you know, I did a song for, you know, the company and blah, blah, blah.
You did a song for them?
Yeah. And we'll talk about it.
Okay.
And I'm like, we did that, and I'm like, they blasted it through, and I'm like, they're calling me a celebrity, and she's like, that's because you are a celebrity. Aww. And then I was like, but I'm always dad to you. I was like, that's fine. I'm like, but I'm always dad to you. She's like, okay, you can be dad and a celebrity. And I was like, all right, you're right. And then one time, she was getting dropped off at my house, and I picked her up from her grandma's car. And her grandma was like, your daughter got something to tell you. And she's like, Dad, I was on YouTube Shorts today, and you popped up. You're famous.
Oh, my gosh. Whoa. What's that like?
I mean, like, it's the most dearest thing, right? Like, just seeing, like, your child be happy to just, like, see what you're doing and stuff like that. But it was just it's eye-opening just to see, like you said, like how they perceive you and what they know and what they don't know. And like you said, in her eyes, like I'm a celebrity to her or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that's how she views it when she sees my music. And like, oh, she tells me, Dad, I seen you on YouTube and I showed my friends and blah, blah, blah at school and blah, 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 you know what I mean? So it's like, it's funny, you know that, but it's also like knowing that, okay, now she's watching and she has the opportunity to know like, what I'm doing and the influence that I do have on the world. And then my 3-year-old, like Tyza,
she's not 3. I don't believe she's
I know she's not 3.
she's
she's like 20 in the soul. But that little girl memory is so crazy, and it's like I play a song, I can just do a song and I'll play it, and by the next hook she knows the words and she's jamming. Like
she's a Gemini?
No. She's an Aquarius. But
yeah.
She like when I tell you, like I be playing songs and I turn around and she be knowing the words and too much to reroute. I gotta trust it if it's rain or snow. Whoa, gotta. I be like, yo, I be looking at her and she be lit. Yeah. Like a lot of times I don't get it on film because as soon as I pull the camera out, she gets shy. And she like
yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, like it just amazed me. I wish I could get it more on film just to like show people of like how much of the words she know, and she helped me pick the songs.
What?
In a sense of like, my logic is this, right? If a kid can bop to it and a kid like it, most people gonna like it.
They are the next generation that will.
And what I mean by that, it's not by the words, but like just the feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like kids
are honest.
are honest, and 2, like when you think about in terms of catchiness, think about it. Children absorb everything, and like most songs that they're listening to are really catchy jingle bells. So like for them to remember a song, it has to be catchy to them. Something has to kind of like be catchy. So if I notice that she remembers something, or I'm like, oh, this is a catchy to her. There's songs I've played that's just me rapping. Wow. Like that I've played that's just me rapping. Bar, 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 bar. And I'd be like, you like this song? She'd be like, no. I don't know what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, but run,
I can see her saying
run. That was, you know what I'm saying? That's easier for her to like vibe to. And I noticed that, so I was like,
can you send me that video?
That's funny. Yeah, I got you. It's on my Instagram.
I want to put it because it's the cutest video ever. Yeah. She was like literally,
She's hilarious, but yeah, she's a little boss. It's funny because listen, this is how I'm gonna read you my conversation with my daughter last night.
This 3-year-old one?
My 8-year-old.
Okay.
But she talks about her little sister, right? So she texted me last night. She says, Happy New Year. I said, Happy New Year, baby. I love you. She said, love you. I said, what's one thing you look forward to for the new year and what you doing? She said, I don't know. First off, she a Libra. So, and then, so she's like, I'm just on my iPad. And she was like, I said, okay, well, what's something you haven't done yet? She said, I got an iPhone. She said, I want to get an iPhone because I can get one when I'm 11. And she said, I want to see my friends again and show them my nails. She said, and the new me. And then she said,
and the new me.
Yeah, right? She said, there's going to be some changes around here. And one of them is Kaiser being nice to me. She's talking about her sister. She said, because she's so bossy. Remember when she just stood there holding her jacket like we were her maid? That was kind of funny. And I laughed, and she laughed. But it's funny I say that to say that, like, my 3-year-old, it blows my mind that my daughter has an iPad, by the way. She's 8 years old. Mm-hmm. So that I'm texting my daughter, and it's just like, you know, having these like real life conversations. Mm-hmm. And then 2, like talking about my 3-year-old and like how she's really not 3. She's really like 20 and she really thinks she bosses everybody around. So
3 going on 30. Yeah,
it blows my mind.
So for them, like clearly listening to your music and following you and having an interest, and obviously Kaiser, your youngest, mm-hmm. is seeing your lyrics. Does that at all like influence the songs that you write?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm cognitive of knowing that I do have 2 little girls and mm-hmm. like knowing that they're going to listen to me, but at the same time, I think I don't let it like limit the art form. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like how I may express it, because I don't think I don't promote terrible stuff in my music anyways. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think that I'm cognitive of that I have 2 little girls that look up to me, and at the same time, I'm also like, hey, I'm a creative and I'm an artist, and I think as they become older and they're already into the arts themselves, I think they'll understand too what artistry looks like. You get mm-hmm. what I'm saying, and what it means to be raw and vulnerable in whatever art form they choose. So
that's good. So when you're creating a song, like what goes into that process? Because like what inspires you? Because Ty, Mr. Why Wednesday, you talk about a lot of women in your songs. Uh-huh. I think the people would like to know what's inspiring you.
So what are you asking me? Let's
like I feel like if we could go through your songs right now, uh-huh. each one, uh-huh. you say, she got me something. She shawty this. Referencing a girl in every song. So uh-huh. like, is there an actual girl, or is this just like something rappers do in music?
Are you trying to get me like caught up or something?
Are we?
That sounds very federal for you to ask me that on this podcast.
Well, everyone can hear the lyrics. No, I'm not making it up.
I'm joking. I mean, some of it could be music. It could be real life. It's all up for interpretation.
Give the people what they want. The truth.
I mean, like I said, like some of it can be real. Like yeah, for sure.
I try.
But I mean,
every episode I try.
But all right, give me a specific. I don't know, like.
Well, let's.
I mean, no, don't do specifics.
You said what you said.
Let's not do the specifics.
If you could see, he's making eye contact with me, so you can't see the stress in his eyes right now.
Let's not do the specifics.
No. I have some lyrics picked out that
You probably do.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I was going to, and then ask you, what did you mean by this? But
okay.
I didn't have the time. But
like, I never crash out over no bitch.
Yeah, what's that about?
Like, that's just really saying, like, yo, when you going through something with a shorty or you and a shorty break off, like, never crash out, never do something dumb, never be the nigga that's like, you go fuck your life over it, you go bum out because you done lost your shorty or whatever. Like, nigga, you pick your shit up, you keep going.
So for this upcoming show, what can people expect?
Fun. You know, like, I'm excited to go through the set list.
I don't want to, we won't give too much away, but do you do only songs from this album?
I'm gonna do the whole project.
The whole project?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna really, you know what I mean, I think take people through the journey of my catalog and who I am, you know, as an artist. I'm excited to bless the stage with Cashanova, Jackie Blue, Juice Lord gonna be hosting, Mac Tim's on the boards. Who else? And I got, you know, maybe some special guests that's gonna come out, do some things like that. So
I'm excited. I'm excited that this is the first time I'm seeing you perform too. It's like,
is this?
This is the first time I've ever seen you.
Okay, that's dope. So I hope you bring some more friends too.
I can.
Of course, why not?
Of course I will. Everybody, go get your tickets now.
Like, yeah, like, that's the problem.
I just mean, like, all my friends are working.
Nah, I ain't trying to hear that.
I took work off for this.
Good, thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. Okay.
I really appreciate that, because I would take work off to come support.
I know, you have. You've come to my birthday party. Yeah, my friend's gonna. Yeah. He's actually a really good friend. You are.
Yeah.
That means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. How are you feeling though with the show? Like, are you nervous at all?
I'm nervous for any show. I think that's natural, and it's really just the fact of I'm just ready to do it. You know what I mean? Like, ready and anxious to just, like, get it all over with, start, and just really see the energy and the reaction. But nah, I'm excited. Really just, I'm such a perfectionist, so I'm really, like, making sure everything is how I want it to be, going over everything, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
What has practice looked like for you?
Going over the songs. I just did my whole set to my daughter the other night in the house.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
She was in there dancing with me, so.
Oh my God, I wish they could be there.
No, that'd be dope. I would bring them on stage. They both would be shy as hell, though. I know they would.
One day.
But they'll enjoy it. But yeah, it's been practicing, trying to getting it all, like, out precise. Like, I'm really, like, to the T with it, you know what I mean? So
do you get to, like, rent space, like, stages to go practice on, or, like, when you get there on Saturday, that's the first time you're gonna be on the stage doing it live?
I mean, the first time, yeah. I mean, that'd be my first time, like, being on the stage and doing it. But we rehearsed at Mike Tim's, and we got the setup and the mics and all of that. So it's really the same without a stage, you know what I mean?
Well, anyways, hi guys. Sorry, we had a technical glitch. If anyone wants to donate a higher memory card to me and support the Butterfly Effect podcast, I will happily accept. Thank you so much. We are about to wrap up, but I have a few more questions for you. The show coming up, like, what is something that you want to walk away from this night feeling, and it would be successful to you?
I think seeing my family out there and friends that's never got to see me perform, I think just really, putting on a good show for everybody. I think that's a success for me.
Do you feel more or less pressure it being home, like in your home base?
I mean, tour is different because, like, I may not know as many people.
Yeah, I know. So is that more or less pressure?
So it's probably more pressure, like, on tour than just, like, far as, like, attendance-wise, I think. Really? Just to get people... Or are you talking about, like, pressure from, like, performing-wise?
Yeah, because I feel like I'd be opposite. Like, if my mom was in the audience, I'd want to be...
No, for sure. I think there's an element of pressure just because it's a lot of your peers, like people who who never seen you perform or whatever the case may be. But it's like anything, once we get rolling, it's all good. Like, it's who I am. And I think it's more so knowing that you can put the joy into somebody else from them seeing you enjoy your craft.
Yeah, inspiring them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think, just think about it. Somebody invites you to come watch them do whatever they love doing. And I think you just witnessing them being in that element, being in that zone of, like, wow, you can see the passion, the work they put into it. I think that just from an audience standpoint, it's like, yo, like, there's joy in it. I'm like, wow, like, I could tell he really cares about this, or whoever cares about what they're doing. So I think leaving an impression of just, that what I do is I take it serious, and it's something that means a lot to me. So I think just success is getting through the night, making sure everybody's, like, have a good night, making sure everybody get home safely.
Yes.
Being able to have another experience under my belt, another chance of being able to grace the stage. Because, like, for me, I'm just starting to understand and look at, like, success as things that, one, I can control and not necessarily always got to quantify. I want my success to be quality. And what I mean by that is, like, success can only really comes in the things that I really that I can control. You know what I mean? I can control how my show go, far as, like, how I prepare for it. I can control, like, to a certain extent, like, getting people to come there and things like that. So just for me, like, long as I can get all of those things and make sure that I can knock those things out, like, the numbers or money made from it, or who shows up, or like the amount of people who shows up, that really don't matter. It's more so, like, was I able to be successful in the things that I can control that night.
I feel like I needed to hear that because it's hard not to focus on the numbers, because in a sense you do need them if you're choosing to, like, take this as a career, which you are, right? Like, that is your goal, is to be full-time music. So yeah, I need to work on that too, because it's hard not to get caught up in that, especially when you do see people, like, doing a specific like, strategic way of, like, posting every day on social media, and they know they're growing that way. Like, it is very numbers based, and you were kind of talking to that earlier about it can get really business focused, and then you lose your creativity. So it's just finding that balance. I feel like we keep going back to that.
Yeah, for sure. Cause it ain't, even if it ain't the numbers with, like, what you looking at, companies looking at numbers, certain things, like, you know what I mean? Certain people may get sponsorships or certain things that are determined on what their numbers look like. And it's more so, like, man, like, who you touching? Like, what's the impact? What's the quality of the impact? So for me, it's more so, like, okay, I find success in what I can impact. And it don't matter who comes, but did I put on a good show for the people who came? Did I leave them with something to take away from it? And that's what I can control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I can leave 10, 15, 20 people, 30 people with, oh, that was dope, or I seen this, and I love that part. You played my favorite song. What did you do? I bought your merch. Like, that's what I can control, having those conversations, building those relationships. And everything else gonna come after that.
I like that. Well,
and the numbers can be skewed.
Can it?
Remember that.
Are they bought?
The numbers can be skewed.
He said, "I'll leave it at that."
They can. Like, it depends on what aspect. Like, yeah, you can buy a lot of shit.
Yeah, because people are when people buy Instagram followers.
Yeah, you can buy a lot of things, and perception is everything. And
it is,
and it's easy to fool the eye. So it's like, if it don't take too much to make my life look like something that it could possibly not be. So with that being said, when you think about it, like, there could be people who live a lifestyle on Instagram and you think they're popping, but can't get people to come to a show. And it don't translate. So it's like, once again, the numbers can be skewed.
What can the people expect from you in 2024? What is coming?
Music, content, videos.
Can we expect to see you on tour?
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully.
Can we?
I don't have no plans of this moment. I'll tell you that.
Well, let's make it happen now. We're going to speak it into existence.
100%.
Because I think that would be so fun for you, and you deserve to be on tour and experience that side of, like, being an artist.
Yeah.
Okay. Ty's going on tour this year. Yay! The first interview of the year. We're calling it out.
Yeah, for sure.
So now you can clip this and then boom into your tour video.
Yeah, that's definitely coming. That's one of the next things is getting on tour, really expanding, just kind of putting the brand out there in front of other people, other markets and networks. So I'm excited. I think there's a lot of opportunity that'll come, and another thing that I've been continuing to just tell myself is stay in my course. Like, stay in my lane. I don't look at nobody else's lane. I'm not looking at what car they driving. I'm not looking at what speed limit they going. I'm gonna do mines, and I'm gonna get to where I'm going when I need to. So, with that being said, the tour gonna come when the time comes. So, and it's gonna be this year, like you said, but it's gonna be at the right moment when it's supposed to.
That is very true. It won't miss you because it's meant for you.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see you on Saturday. Like, I'm really genuinely excited to see you, like, in your own element. Like,
you're making me nervous.
Why?
Because, damn, it's like pressure. Like you said, your peers are there watching. Like, damn.
For me, I get that because I obviously just said that. But I have, like, no expectations. I'm just genuinely excited to see you in your element, like, doing what you love, doing what you work so hard on. Like, I think that's probably what everyone feels when they go, like, I don't expect perfection, even though I'm sure it will be perfect because I know you. But I'm just excited to see you do what you do. Like, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Just have fun.
I am.
Your smile's like this now.
No, I'm excited. Like, for real. Like, I'm excited to be on the stage again and really get to, like, perform. I'm excited to really share the project. I'm excited to, be personable, tell people my story, as well as, like, it's also dope because it's like, I'm seeing some of these songs reactions for the first time myself.
Yeah.
Live. So seeing that, like, I wonder what songs people gonna like.
Because you have no idea.
Yeah, like,
you're not gonna
know. I haven't done it in front of people yet. So.
Well, everyone's gonna like different things for different reasons.
Yeah, for sure, of course. But that's the whole point of the set. It's a body of work.
I can't wait.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for my set list. I think this is one of the most, like, complete set lists I've done as far as, like, on any, like, headlining show. I feel like this is probably the most complete. It feels good. It feels right. Yeah, I'm just a perfectionist now. It's just time to execute.
Exactly. So it's not in the same order as...
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, it's not in the same order as the project. Like, I won't perform the project just straight.
Right, which is, I'm sure there's a good reason for that.
Most people think that, and I don't know why, but yeah, people are like, oh, you're not going to perform it
Well, because you already put so much time into putting it in that order.
Yeah.
So why did you make the decision to switch it up for the set list?
Because a set list has a different emotion to it. Like an experience you try and give somebody. Mm-hmm. And that set list may not flow how that experience may go.
I got you.
You know, and then intertwining other pieces of my catalog, other songs, like figuring out where those fit. Where does it make the most? Like, when do I have high energy? When do I, like, slow it down? Get more serious and, like...
Slow you down.
You know what I mean? And get more serious and kind of, like, show my artistry. Then when do I, like, build it back up? Have more fun? Like, all of those thoughts.
It really is a craft. Wow.
Yeah, like, so each song is intricately placed in the set list for a reason, and, like, why it comes after this song or what makes it fit, you know what I mean? All of that, it has it plays a part. So, yeah, the set list.
Okay, final question.
Yeah.
Which song are you most excited to
perform? I don't know.
What are you looking forward to most? Like, which moment? Because there's got to be, like, a moment you're like, this is going to be really cool. Are you scared to say it?
I can't say all of that, but I'm just excited to see how it ties all together.
Okay. I'll accept that answer.
Like, I think I got moments in it, yeah, for sure. But I'm just excited to just see, like, how it translates. If it translates how I envision everything. Mm-hmm. Like, how it's not about one specific song, but, like, did, like, all of these songs make sense? Did the 4 songs I chose for this part gives the energy and the vibe that I was looking for, and the reason why I chose those 4 songs.
I'm excited to see.
So,
do you think you'll lose sleep the night before?
I don't know. Probably not. I won't lose no sleep the next.
Like that?
Nah, but I mean, like, the day of, I'll be more so just locked in.
Are you like, don't talk to me really unless you have to type person?
Nah, probably like 10-15 minutes before I go on stage, and it's like, I'm in my own world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to be distracted.
Ritual?
Not really a ritual, but I just stopped talking to people. I just gotta go get in my own zone. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So.
Okay, well, where can these people get the tickets?
Go on my Instagram, hit that link in my bio. Yep, it's on dice.fm. I believe that's the website.
I think, yeah.
But
I'll also put it in the description.
Yeah, go ahead, hit that link. If not, you're going to pay $20 at the door, which is cool, but I will still see you there. You know what I mean?
What's your Instagram?
Come follow me on Instagram at WhyKhaliq, WhyKhaliq. Like I said, hit the tickets, the link in the bio. It's going to be me, Jackie Blue, Cashanova, DJ Mac Timms, Juice Lord hosting, and, some special guests. It's going to be at Ice House. The doors open up at 8 p.m., so get there early. You dig.
Okay, bye.